status is bad.
Hello and welcome to Crafter's Tavern. I'm the DMG, and with me is DM Scotty.
Hello!
Hello world!
Hello world!
We're broadcasting live from Australia, America, and the rest of the world. And thank you for joining us, everyone who's already in the chat, as you can see on the bog roll over here. I've pointed the correct way this time.
Woohoo!
This is a live Skype call-in show where you can Skype the DMG info, and we will attempt to put you on the show. You can also chat with us live. Oh, no, I pointed the wrong way. On the blog roll. And as you can see, it is being recorded in the video. This show is the fourth Friday of every month and is at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you're watching us in the past and you would like to watch the show live in the future, the fourth Friday every month, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Or take your TARDIS.
Crafttober it is.
Woohoo! Yeah!
So you haven't been able to finish everything.
No. I bit off a lot.
Yeah.
The altar took a lot more time than I thought it would. But I really want to do. I think I can get the resurrected Doomskull head, and I have some really great ideas for that. So I'm going to have that by the last week of Crafttober. So you will be seeing that video.
Cool.
Yeah.
And we already have Niels from Holland, I assume. Is that correct, Niels?
That's correct.
I'm just going to plug your video in here quickly. There we go. You've joined us quite a few times. First time actually on the Skype, isn't it?
It's the second time on Skype. It's the first time I'm broadcasting video.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Because it must be about midnight there now.
It's a little past 1 a.m. at the moment. I just came home from the bar.
So you're all ready for the show?
So you do a lot of crafting yourself?
I hope. I tend to do a lot of crafting. I just finished doing some home improvement on the house, which cut in the crafting time a little bit. Hoping I can find the time to do some more crafting for the next craft wars.
Cool.
In the next weekend,
awesome.
But
what's your forum handle? Your name on the forum?
Vidiberg.
Oh, okay, yes. Now it all makes sense.
Yes.
So we will also take questions in the chat blog window as well. So if you're feeling that way inclined, don't forget to ask questions. Or, of course, you can Skype in and join the conversation. So, Scotty, what's next in Crafttober?
Well, next in Crafttober is I am finishing the Doomskull. It's going to be the resurrected version of the Doomskull, so it's going to have like the flesh from the victims kind of melding up onto it, and it's also going to have zombies like crawling on it and flailing off of it and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be pretty sweet.
Cool.
Yeah. So basically, the middle project was supposed to, the Juggernaut was supposed to harvest the victims and the souls to revive the Doomskull, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't have enough time to do the Juggernaut, so I may end up doing that in November around Thanksgiving, so we can have, it can have its infernal feast, and then we can have our feast of turkey.
Excellent. So, Neil, Kevin, they asked, are you still making battle bots?
I am. I'm waiting for the parts I had already to be upgraded. The aluminum bars I had started to bend on me because there was too much force in the weapon itself.
Oh, cool.
So the weapon itself started to destruct itself.
Oh.
Kaboom!
Yeah, that's
Which isn't a good thing.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to always take into account when you're crafting, you know, from just the micro things that we do to like full-size props or whatever. You really got to take the properties of the things that you use into consideration. Even on the micro scale, you know, stuff can you know, cardboard can warp, or, you know, stuff can bend, or just not hold up the weight, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah, the warping is the biggest problem when you're adding any kind of moisture to the cardboard.
yeah, that's one of the biggest problems I think people have with the cardboard is especially if you don't spray paint it. That's why I spray paint it, because it's a lot less moisture on the cardboard and it doesn't tend to bend. But yeah, if you paint it by hand, it goes, or you put glue on it, it's gonna go. Feel like a sandwich.
It's absorptive. It likes to.
Because the one side absorbs it, and then it bends up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the other side. So you could actually spray on the other side.
You could, yeah.
And then it'll counter warp.
That's kind of what I do. I've been doing some stuff with cork, and it tends to like to do that too. So I've been saturating with white glue and water, and I'll paint it on both sides so that way it doesn't warp like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So cardboard might do the same thing.
And what's next after Craftober?
Oh, I'm going to bring out my building edition tiles. So the building faces and that kind of thing.
So it's kind of like the ones you did a year or so ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I showed them in my Crafter's Lair video magazine, but that's essentially what I'm doing. But I've got all kinds of I've been building up the stuff for it, you know, so I can, you know, I can show everything at once, you know, kind of thing. Like I've got a temple, and I've got regular houses, and a tavern, and that kind of thing. So I was trying to get a little bit build up before I put it out there, and then I'll probably try to spend, you know, the whole month doing that kind of stuff. So.
And this is 2.5D next, right?
Yeah, it is, but I'm actually thinking of calling it something else, because it's almost not 2.5D. It's like 2.5D facade. You know, it's like it's like yeah, there's no literal walls like the 2.5D. It's basically tiles with facades, like on parts of the wall. So if it's a building, it may have the front of the building and then windows and doors around the edge. So it makes it still easy to play in. It's not like an enclosed space, but it has some more personality. Like if you were doing a building, you know, you can have the tavern front or that kind of thing. So, but it still makes it easy to play. So yeah, I'm trying to think of a name to come up with it because I don't know. It's not strictly 2.5D, so I haven't come up with a cool name. So if anybody has an idea,
you call it Visit the DMG channel.
So I'm going off on
it just popped into my head.
I'm going off on yet another tangent and doing another system. So, but and I've actually been playing with it. If I started out with doing it buildings, and I've been playing with it for dungeons too. So I'll probably So it's another system. I'm off the rails.
Niels, have you entered the Craft War yet? I haven't checked.
I haven't entered the Craft War yet for this month. I'm trying to make the Southern Gate, Sphinx Gate to the Southern Oracle from the Neverending Story.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Because you've won a couple of times, haven't you?
I've won once.
Once?
Once.
Maybe I thought you should have won.
Fruit-bearing tree I won.
I probably voted for you, which means I think, oh yeah, you should have won.
So what are you working on, DMG?
I am trying to finish off the Under the Tavern DVD, and the illustrated edition.
Cool.
So that will be coming out early November. But in terms of videos on the channel, there's a couple that are coming out for Mini Magic.
Awesome.
And there are some more tile videos. I'm doing a tile insert video. I actually shot it 2 months ago. I didn't have time to upload it before I went overseas.
Yeah, you kind of had a hiatus there.
And I apologize for there being no Crafters Tavern last month. I couldn't do it from my phone while driving around America.
I think we all understand.
Just didn't have enough power, Captain.
That's a poor excuse.
That's a poor excuse, exactly. Call myself a nerd. So, what... there was something I was going to ask you.
Oh, I hate that. It's like, yeah, what?
It was in here, and then it went out there.
Yeah, I'm like you. I have so many videos. I have to quit my full-time job and like just make videos because I have so many videos, like the footage shot for videos loaded on my computer. It's just who has time to make all these videos.
I recently upgraded my computer to 15 terabytes of storage.
Wow!
I'm already filled up to 12.
Jeez, I have one. I just had to clean mine off because it was like, oh, I'm getting full. Yeah,
Well,
I have one.
Now what am I going to do with all of this?
I do have external drives, but yeah, I've got 1 terabyte.
These
So.
I have to use internal. I can't use external.
Yeah, I just basically download off my my finished videos so they don't take up the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I keep everything.
Oh yeah, I do too.
I've got everything over.
Yeah, I do too. When I use the footage, I keep it. Yeah, yeah. I have all the stuff that I've shot from the very beginning. So
Kevin's got a question.
Oh.
Congrats on that DMG. What was your favorite bit of America and what was the worst? I really liked America. For political reasons, I'll probably say some of the things I won't mention.
Probably a good idea, right?
However, what I must say is there's far too much bacon and cheese and stuff, especially in the vegetarian and vegan meals.
There's never enough. There's too much bacon.
That's what I was gonna say. Never enough bacon.
But
I'm a
but
cheese
cheese is still, that's not a vegan thing.
No, it's
not that I'm a vegan, but I started out with someone who was vegan, and it was very problematic for him. Because like, what can I have? Oh, it's got cheese and bacon in it.
Yeah, in America we put bacon in everything. My daughter actually makes, she's the pastry chef. She actually makes bacon ice cream. So it's freaking good.
I took a photo when I was in a small town somewhere, and I was looking at sodas, and there was a bacon cheesecake soda. I was like, how on earth do you do this?
If it's in America, they'll figure out how to put bacon in it.
It was $1, and I was very tempted. But I'm like, no, I could be just throwing $1 away.
Right. Yeah.
No, I was quite fascinated with the way America kind of is laid out with all the roads and all that kind of thing. I mean, it's obviously similar to a lot of places, but because I drove 4,000 miles in 2 weeks, and it was quite easy. I thought it would be more difficult than it was, but I really enjoyed it.
Oh, why did you think it'd be more difficult? Just how big it is?
Yeah, just the expanse.
Right.
Because normally when you're driving like somewhere like Australia, there's like 800 miles between towns, not 15.
Right.
Where am I going to get water? Where am I going to get food?
Right.
When that Apple iPhone disaster with the maps first happened, there were actually people who had to get rescued because they took a wrong turn, which took them like 1,000 kilometers into the desert.
Oh, geez.
And the cops and everyone had to go and rescue them.
My gosh.
Because their iPhones had taken in the wrong direction. Kevin asks, any up-and-coming crafters to be found on the web? Have you seen anything interesting lately?
Just a general question for all of us?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I did plug Drunkens and Dragons, Hankerin. That guy is pretty insane and awesome. So
Yes.
I have
When
to
they
hand it
say
to him,
drunken,
man.
they mean drunken.
He is totally entertaining to watch. I love watching him. So
I actually invited him onto the show, but he's on Pacific time, so he's still at work while we're broadcasting.
oh, gotcha. Oh,
Yeah.
he'd be a blast to have on the show.
He does his own live show, which sometimes gets a little bit out of hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen.
He is
I've seen
chaos incarnate.
Sorry?
He is chaos incarnate.
That's a good description.
What I like is his adventure binder book that he has. He's illustrated the dungeons, but from the side and not from the top.
Right.
Because he likes to do that sort of side view instead of the top-down map.
Right.
That's very cool.
It is, yeah. He's
And
definitely
he's quite a
talented.
good illustrator as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah,
there's
he
some
is.
videos where he
Yeah, he's-
draws stuff on the whiteboard.
He's always kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, but his stuff always looks great. So.
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
His insights is great.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think. There was someone I was watching the other day. I'm becoming terrible with names. Yes, Neil's typed in the chat. There's Grinning Skull. He's pretty good, or she. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, I was bummed out I couldn't join you guys on the oh, what was it? And they had the crafters.
Oh yeah, for Brigade Con.
Yeah. So, but you
That
and
was a
Wylock
very,
were on
very
there,
cool
so that
panel.
was good. You had 2.5D very well represented.
Yes. We're gonna push it across the universe.
That's right. So yeah, I watched it. It was a good show, guys. You guys did really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And our buddy from the show has not joined us when he normally does, so I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I know.
He's probably running another live game.
Right. Oh yeah, I saw he was running a live game.
And he found the footage from his lost video. We're talking about Mutterder. Mini terrain domain.
Yeah, I got a game tomorrow night on Roll20, and then I have one Sunday night at the table. Yeah, terrain and all.
The real game.
A real game, yeah, the real
This
stuff.
digital crap.
Yeah, I'm running the 5e Horde of the Dragon Queen, so they're pretty early into it. They're still in the first town, so I did get to terrorize them with the dragon. That was fun.
Level 1, Red Dragon. What? It's suitable. So, do you use terrain in your digital games?
I do. Well, not legit terrain, but I do maps and everything in this map.
Legit.
I don't. Yeah, not real terrain. It's virtual. But basically I use top-down maps, but I don't just like copy and paste from the book. I recreate all the dungeons with software and everything, so it looks nice and all that stuff. So
you don't just take photos.
no, I don't just
Build it and take
yeah.
photos.
I don't just pull the photo out of the book, the crappy photo out of the book or something, because they're not very appealing looking. But most of them
I'm
are.
still working on doing something like this show, but so that people can see the terrain and the minis.
Yeah, that would be great.
But
I would
the
love.
players need to be able to see it as well.
Yeah, I mean, and you've laid that out before, and you made great points about that. How that would have to work, and yeah, you'd almost have to have a crew, to do that stuff. A lot of stuff you did say you could do in post though, which is true. But yeah, you would have to, you don't want to be futzing with the camera while you're trying to run the game.
Yeah.
So.
And well, what we're doing here in this live broadcast, and it seems to be working, is I have two blah, blah, blah. Because I hear an echo in my ear.
Oh.
I stutter because I hear myself and then I stop and then I repeat.
Oh.
I have two Skype accounts at the moment running, and they're both in the call. And then my laptop is on Scotty, and that is being output into my other computer, which is doing the live broadcast, which is also receiving Skype, which is doing our guest caller who stepped away for a smoke. And so that's how I'm running them through. So it's getting more and more complicated, but hopefully it's getting better and better. And then I'm also using a new plugin for this Open Broadcaster system, which allows the chat to come through rather than me having to do screen grabs and have like 50 browser windows open.
Right.
Which gets chaotic to run the whole thing.
Oh, I'm sure. I know. Gotta really keep on top of it.
So there's a few more people who've joined us. Oni Mike Vision, I think this is maybe his first run in the Tavern, and he has a question. Are you looking for some new crafters? I run games and make my own tiles for D&D and modern day zombie apocalypse style. We are always looking for more crafters.
Oh yeah. We can never have enough crafters. We need more.
It's important to grow.
And it's always nice to see the non-standard kind of fantasy stuff, because we tend to do a lot of fantasy stuff. I must say I'm totally biased, on fantasy stuff. So it's nice to see other people doing other things, like more modern or sci-fi.
Yeah, I mean, as I always said, if someone wants to create a channel on terrain, do sci-fi.
Yeah.
Because no one's doing it.
Yeah, no one really is now.
Everyone has their main channel, and they may do a little bit of sci-fi, but they don't just dedicate the whole thing to sci-fi.
Right.
And you do get the war game terrain people. I mean, they do a lot of sci-fi stuff, but not in terms of role-playing.
Right. So, Niels, what are you working on?
I'm currently repainting my basic tiles. I've got about 40 of DMG style tiles.
Nice.
And I still need about 40 more.
Can never have enough.
And then another 80.
It's a lot of work to get them to look right. I still need a lot of field tiles. I've been struggling with a color scheme I like.
Yeah.
Because the walls didn't register right the first time I played them. So I've got a lot of work to do to get them in my kind of fashion.
Right. Well, one thing with it too, it's so cheap that if you do, you can experiment, and if it doesn't quite work out, you can always, restart or even paint over,
I know, it's a lot of work.
It's not work, it's fun.
I don't have I don't have a game to play, so at the moment I'm just crafting and I don't have a group to play. So at the moment it's just work and just to get people interested to play.
Right. When you have the terrain, people become interested.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope so.
It definitely helps. Yeah, people see that. I have a lot of players that the terrain really helps because they're very visual. They like to see, descriptions can work great, and help, have a mood and get the general gist across. But having that something to focus on the table, certain people are really visually. Acclimated to that, and it really helps them picture the scene. You can add all that other stuff, smells and sounds and all that stuff by your, description. But just seeing that little representation on the table can really transport. I find can really transport people there.
Yeah, it triggers the imagination.
Yes, yes.
It gives them
Once everyone has a
baseline to work from.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
The train can't go anywhere without the tracks.
And we've talked
God,
about
I love railroading.
and we've talked about it before. It's like you don't have to make every single thing. You don't have to have every little single rat in the dungeon. You can do a lot of description too. Or you could have I have whole scenes that don't have any terrain. We just role play. So yeah, I find that mostly I use the terrain and stuff for like combats. It just makes it easier for people to have a spatial recognition of where they are. But yeah, I mean, you can even even role playing scenes you can do stuff. Like I generally don't. Some people talk about having a whole town and stuff. I don't generally build a whole town. I generally role play that stuff because it's just not really that practical to do. You spend the whole game like switching out buildings as they go down the street. Because I am limited space. I don't have a huge game table like a lot of people. You see people post these pictures and they've got like a pool-sized game table. They've got all their stuff on. I've got like a dining room table and that's what we're playing on. So I got to do the switcheroo. And so I'm trying to describe stuff and talk while I'm doing it. So that keeps them engaged while you're doing it. But yeah, there's certain things that's just you just still go with that theater of the mind, But combats and stuff, it can really help.
Have you ever considered just pulling the cloth as like a scroll bar? The cloth underneath.
Yeah, so you're pulling it along so the tiles move over the table. But what happens if you want to go back?
And I had a lot of fun last session too because I've been experimenting more with lighting, as you've probably noticed from my videos lately. But in the module that I'm running, it takes place at night. Like it starts at night, and so I basically turn down the lights in the room. I'm using like tea lights and stuff as the actual light sources. I didn't turn the lights off, but I've got turned the lights down so it's darker than normal. It's not bright light shining on the table. I had like tea lights and fires going, different kinds, torches and different kinds of things, and it really added a nice atmosphere to the table, I think.
Someone has asked, Trenton Maloney asked, how do you feel about making DMG style tiles, but using dollar store foam for the stonework on the floors?
I'm fine with that. You realize it's going to be more work. But you got to be careful about that foam core because it likes to bend. You could double it up. Wylock, I think, kind of got around that. Well, no, he uses double cardboard, doesn't he? Yeah, that's the problem with that foam core. The bigger you get, or the longer and thinner you get, the more it wants to bend up. So I haven't really experimented with it that much because I don't want to do all that work and then it bends up on me like that. So I would do some experiments first. Don't make like 50 tiles and then realize that they're all bent. Make a couple. It's always nice to do an experimentation and do a couple and then see how that works. And if you like the result, or you could add more cardboard to the bottom, several layers of cardboard.
Yeah.
You could.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, it might work actually.
Apply a layer of cardboard underneath.
Right. I use a lot of thin cardboard. Now our post office, they're probably gonna get in trouble for this, but you get those boxes at the post office, and a lot of them are the thinner cardboard, and you could probably get away with using several layers of thinner cardboard, which is probably better than one layer of regular or one or two layers of regular cardboard, just because it's not as fat. Because then you're going to start building the tile up. It's getting so tall. So yeah, that's a consideration. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you stick a 2 double layer cardboard, and you're just using the top foam to create the effect of the tiles, then yeah, it should work fine.
Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. I did do an experiment with this. I did like a room, and it was, I don't know, it wasn't a very big room, 6 by 8 room maybe, and
Yep.
I did layer it with cardboard, and it's still bent. And I actually put
Okay.
balls on the edges, kind of like Wylock does, but it's still bent. So, yeah, you may have to add more cardboard or more layers of cardboard.
Was it double layered or was it single layer
It
cardboard?
was a single layer of cardboard. So it was
Okay,
one
yeah.
layer of foam core and one layer of cardboard.
I've got one
Yeah,
piece of 40 by 1, 40 by 10, so 4 by 10 squares, and it's still bent upwards, and it's got a foam layer on top, and it's just
Okay.
white glue.
White glue?
White glue, wood glue, as we call it in Holland.
Gotcha.
So it's not. There's no cardboard on it at all,
There's a double layer of cardboard underneath,
and it's still warped.
and it's still warped.
Yeah, that's I like to use the foam core, but I like to use it in certain applications, not for tiles. I'm not crazy about it for tiles.
Pins. Pin them down through the cardboard at angles. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
I'm
got
sure it
several-
can be done. I'm sure it can be done.
Yeah.
I've got several pieces that were fine, but I used a big sheet of wood just to put them down.
That won't warp.
And personally, I mean, that stuff looks great to draw on every block, but that is a lot of work. Like
It is.
I don't think I have the patience to draw on every single block in like 80 tiles. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you start to get cross-eyed. I mean, the stamp. I love using the stamps as like bam, 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 and I'm done. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
it's a great technique. You just have to get. Some people have had problems with the stamps. Really, you know, I've stopped putting the backing on the stamps. I just use the foam core itself, just with the paper on one side and it peeled off the other. Make sure that the stamp is well gouged into the foam core, and then it's a little bit of experimentation on how much paint to get onto it. A couple times you'll have it down, and then also if you screw up and some of the blocks go together, you can always just paint between them with a little bit of black. You get a thin brush, paint between the blocks and separate them again. That's all you need to do. So yeah, I must say I'm in love with the stamp method. It saves your sanity. At least
Well, that's
mine.
why
I don't have patience.
In my video series, after video 3, where you base it, and then you got video 4, which is you just stamp it with a foam.
The sponge.
The sponge, sorry. And then you paint on the stuff as the next video, because you can basically ignore that. You don't actually have to do the next process.
Right.
But it obviously makes the tiles look a lot better.
Right.
So, but the more, I mean, you can really go to town and actually illustrate in every little detail if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, totally.
But then, you know, it will take you a very long time.
Right.
And that's where the print and paste method is pretty good.
Yes, if you have
Can you
access to
print
like a
out a
continuous
nice
speed
drawing
printer
or
or
whatever?
something like that. Oh yeah, definitely.
Just print out a tile and then stick it onto the cardboard.
That is a great method, especially for people who don't think don't have the confidence to paint. But I think just about anybody can do the painting that we do. But anyways, I just like the look of the painterly tiles. I must say, the print stuff is really nice, and I'm not knocking it at all. I think it's really cool. But yeah, I just like that painterly look. I don't know. That's just me personally.
AJ loves him some printing tiles.
He does. He does some great work with those tiles too. They look really good. But me personally, I just like the painted.
Did you see his cabin stuff he's doing?
I did. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
There's a lot of styrofoam going a lot of places.
Yeah.
Oh, it's making a big mess.
So my new tiles have basically been, I've been getting cork at the craft store. You can get other places too, but I've been getting cork, soaking it in watered down white glue, and then letting it harden. And it's pretty solid, and you don't have to worry about warping or bending and that kind of thing. And then I just stamp on it, and they look really good because the cork already has the texture on it. So when you do the stamp, you don't have to worry about putting any kind of texture on the stamp or anything because the texture of the cork will make its own texture for you on there. So yeah, it's pretty sweet, pretty easy method.
And then
Kind of my new experimentations. Although it's not as cheap as cardboard, of course, because you have to buy the cork, but it's still pretty cheap.
They were talking about corrugated plastic.
Yeah, I've seen people use that.
Plastic?
That is a good alternative if you have access to that. I don't know how that bends or doesn't bend. I've heard it's better on the bending, but I've never used it.
Apparently, it's used in political signs.
Yeah, so you could go around the neighborhood, and all the politicians you don't like, you could just take their signs.
It's my democratic right.
Be like, for a good cause. That would be a great way to recycle all that junk, because it's all going to the landfill after the election.
Yeah, we're landfill stoppers.
Yeah, exactly. So, talk to your neighborhood politician. Tell them you want the signs when they're done, and bam, you got crafting material.
Gestinario asks you, Scotty. I tried using a foam stamp method for the 2.5D Next. But the paint gets in the grooves, so you can't see the details.
Right.
How do you avoid that?
That's really I've had other people talk about that. There are a couple things. One is when you do the stamp, make sure you gouge really well into the stamp. Don't just do it with the pen. Take a butter knife or a sculpting tool or whatever and gouge into the foam. So it's and then you can also take the ink pen and go over the gouging, so that kind of widens the gaps a little bit. So that does help with the gumming up in the stamp. Make sure your lines are very well defined. Also, it's kind of experimentation with the paint. Try not to put too much paint. What I do is I tend to use like a wide brush and kind of paint it on the stamp. And you kind of learn how much you can put on there and how much not to. And if it gets in the cracks too much, you can actually, with the brush, kind of brush it out of the cracks. I've done that before too, if it gets too gummed up. And
what about using little strips of plastic in the grooves to separate?
That could work. What I've also done is taken that foam. You could also take the foam core and cut the stuff out and glue it to another medium. So you make sure you have well-defined lines.
Yeah.
So it's not just cut into the foam core. It's actually cut out, and you can determine how close the stuff is. Like I say, the brush can help. If you're getting it too gummed up, you can always brush in between the cracks, and that kind of helps. Also, if you just find it's too gummed up, you can always just wash it off and then start over. Wash it off and then you have a clean stamp again. So.
We've got quite a few people now in the chat from all over the world.
Hi, everybody.
As far afield as Canada and America. If you wish to Skype in, you can. The Skype address is the DMG info. No spaces, no dots, no messing about.
So, Niels, do you have any like hobby shops nearby or anything that people play?
I do not. There was one about 2 years ago, and it went bankrupt.
Oh, yeah. It can be hard to find a group sometimes. I know that's probably the biggest hurdle that a lot of people have, is finding a group. Because especially with adults, you got your job, you got your kids, you got your this and that, and it can be really hard to schedule a date. But
I was thinking of a mobile gaming store where you get a bus and you deck it out with tables and you got some stuff that you sell, and you drive it around town.
That's sweet.
No more rent. Because that's the big killer for game stores.
Yeah. I'm pretty lucky. I have like 3 game stores near me, so, and they're all really good.
Competition is good.
Yeah.
If you have 2 or 3 game stores, usually they'll survive.
Yes.
But one won't.
Right. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
So that's why you've always got car dealerships always right next to each other.
Ah.
There are like 4 or 5 of them all in one spot.
That's a good point.
Like down the road from me here, I've got a games workshop, and then their competition on top of them.
So it's a legit Games Workshop store, huh?
Yeah, a proper one. Not a cardboard cutout like it did in South Africa.
Yeah, I must say
A games workshop.
I love Games Workshop stuff, but they're so expensive.
Yeah. And it's getting even more expensive.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh yeah, I think I might start playing 40k again.
Then you look at the prices and you're like,
Maybe I can just build my own tanks.
I have several 40k armies and I just don't play anymore. So I was thinking of selling them, but it's like, oh, I don't know
You
if
can
I
just
can
give them
sell
to me. I'll give you all my minis. I've got 2.
Yeah, I've got quite a few 40k miniatures because at one point we had the whole family in on it, so we have all these different armies going. They kind of ended up at my house. So.
Okay.
In the 90s, we had the whole family was playing. So.
Yeah, no, my family are like role playing and wargaming. They just don't do that. That's the crazy stuff that Gareth does.
Oh, right. We don't talk about that.
That's right. The odd things he does in the garage.
Yeah, we just won't mention that stuff.
Yeah, it's just scenario say to get a group of game store food trucks and have a corral. Well, if you want to promote your own game, you just drive around and find gamers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they're
sure. If you put it out on social media, it'll become a thing.
Yeah.
I would.
Oh yeah.
If there was a bus going to come around to an area and it's going to be, you can have like a mini bus con.
Right. Yeah, the whole thing with Roll20, it's very cool and fun, but it's just nothing beats being at the table with your friends and making up stuff. It's just fun and eating a lot of snacks.
Exactly, because eating snacks by yourself is just wrong.
You're just a sad, lonely individual if you sit and eat snacks by yourself. But if you do it with your friends,
yeah. We're doing exactly that right now. But it's international. It's cultural.
I'm actually having a painting party tonight after the show.
Cool.
Yeah. Not online, but,
so,
some friends are coming over.
Oh, what do you mean not online?
Some friends are coming over.
Stick up a webcam and then it's online.
Oh, right. That's true.
It's like there's 3 of you sitting there painting and 48 people online watching it.
Right. Yeah, I have a friend, and she. I found out she is a great painter. She's one of the women in my group. She's a great painter, and I kind of started, foisting figures on her to paint for me. But she is so slow; like it takes her forever to paint. Like I've got like 10 figures done by the time she's got one. So, yeah, she's painfully slow, but she's excellent. She's never painted before, just picked it up, gave her a few tips.
Kev's tried to Skype in.
Oh, hey, man.
And there's something wrong with his Skype.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear us, Kev?
Yeah, let me try something else.
Alright, it's not supporting your video, apparently.
Okay, let me...
The problems with the internet.
Yeah.
What would it be if it wasn't with technical issues?
I know. Yeah, my last Roll20 game, it was like it took us an hour to start because they were having Roll20 was having some kind of issue. It was just like, oh, come on! Like everybody else got connected and I couldn't. I'm like, oh, come on! But it took us about an hour to get everybody on. It was just like, yeah. So the internet.
Can you hear us, Kev?
Okay, what the?
What's happening? So all I've got is your logo. You've got to click the little camera button down the bottom, next to the mute button.
That's weird.
Because we can hear you.
Yeah, you hear you.
You can hear me.
Yeah.
Is your camera
Okay.
plugged up?
Let me get out of that. I tried the phone. The phone didn't work.
All right.
I
Well, we can hear you, so welcome to the show.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How are things going in the foam carving edition?
Why the heck did this not work this time?
Don't know. Click on the little video button at the bottom.
I'm looking for it, but I'm not seeing it.
Down the bottom, you'll see a plus and a little microphone, and then to the left of that, there's a little video button.
Drag your mouse down there. That might.
Yeah, it may not
pop
appear
up
unless you have
because
your...
mine wasn't popped up. But if you drag your pointer down there, mouse, it'll, or finger or whatever you're using, it should
Oh,
pop
I see
up.
the paperclip symbol, and I see a message thing. I see that.
Are you on a computer?
Yeah, I'm on the computer right now.
Okay. The paperclip thing.
Worked the last time.
Jason Ritz asks, do either of you go back through your old videos and think, what was I thinking?
Probably me more than DMG. I think DMG was a lot more polished by the time, or when he started, but yeah, I look at my old videos, I'm just like cringing. I'm just like, oh my god. But, you know, I hate to take them down.
No, you can't take them down.
No.
Jeez, that's
Yeah.
like burning Bibles.
Well, thank you. I know, it's
Don't just do that stuff.
It's nostalgic, you know. It's like, oh, you know, that's when those crazy guys decided to get a camera and start cutting cardboard. And a couple of people watched.
But personally, I really enjoy the earlier videos.
Yeah, they are cool.
Yeah, they're definitely
They're
different.
a
I
bit
mean, because
awkward, but still.
they're definitely less polished. But you know, I just basically, I mean, I talked into the camera when I did the crafts, so now I do the voiceover, of course. But
Because you've got to do so many.
right,
The beast must be fed.
right. So yeah, the way I've done it has changed, and you know, but yeah, it's I do cringe when I see those, my older videos.
When I look back at my very early ones, I wasn't as comfortable in front of the camera, and so my extremeness wasn't coming out. And now we're going to do this, and I would throw in a joke, but I wasn't as free as I would normally be.
Oh, gotcha. Right. Yeah, I must say I'm much more comfortable, and it's weird because there's no one there watching you, of course, when you're doing this, at least me. And then, you know, it's like, but it feels like the camera being there feels like you're on stage or someone's watching. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's no one in the room, it's a weird thing. It's like that camera there. It feels like you're on the podium talking to a bunch of people. You know, even though the room is totally empty. I must say I'm kind of a stage fright kind of person. You know, so that's how I always kind of felt, in the earlier videos. I've gotten over it more and more as my videos have progressed. But yeah, it's weird. I don't know why that is.
It's a black orb that doesn't blink.
Right.
It's like staring at the Terminator and having a staring competition.
And it's like the camera, you can use the take you want. It's not like in an audience where, oh, I just said that, oh no, or I hemmed and hawed for 15 minutes, and it's like the people are like going to sleep. Yeah, it's a camera. You can turn it off, you can turn it on, you can cut, you can edit, you can pick the take you want.
Smash it with a bat.
You can do that. So yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I don't know. It was just something that affected me that I've kind of gotten over as I progressed.
Did you have any experience with being in front of the camera?
A little bit, but not much.
What had you done before?
I had done some video courses and that kind of thing. So, in college.
Or other stuff not related?
Yeah, there's some documentary type stuff.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so a little bit, but not really where I'm just the subject, where it's all on me.
Yeah.
Here I am. I must be entertaining,
Because I've instructed people how to be in front of the camera, but I'd never done it myself.
Right. It's a different thing, isn't it? It's a different thing.
Yes. Because I'd shot tons of stuff before I did the channel.
Right.
I have other channels.
Right.
But yeah, it's
yeah.
It only took me about 5 or 6 videos to actually get into it.
Right. And I've been playing around a lot with effects and that kind of thing, animation and effects, and just having fun. I'm just having fun with it. Rodri stuff,
Yeah.
So.
The Rodri is great flavor.
I love it when people post pictures and put the little Rodri figure in their pictures.
That's
I get such a kick out of that.
Now, I thought about having Rodri visiting my videos.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, you should.
Yeah, I've got to find one of them.
Right. It's the Everfrost Ranger, if anybody's the old D&D Everfrost Ranger. Now, I had a mishap with my Rodri, actually. His left arm broke off. So, which is weird because he's like a rubbery plastic. I don't know how I did it, but it broke off, and so I glued it back on. So it seems to be staying so far. So hopefully he won't lose an arm in one of these videos. Hey, Kevin, nice to see you.
Hey, Scotty. I finally figured it out.
Good,
Oh.
good.
Can you see me now?
Yes, we can, yes.
We
And
can.
the
I see
kitty,
Jack's with you.
and the kitty.
This
What's
is
your kitty's
Jack.
name?
This is Jack.
Nice. Hey, Jack.
Hi, Jack. Jack the Scourge. Yeah, he stars in some of my videos.
Cool.
An unpaid participant.
I just have
yeah.
nieces and nephews in my videos. I don't have a pet, so I have to get my little nieces and nephews to be in it.
Well,
I'm thinking maybe a goldfish.
Excuse me.
Like a blue screen behind it so it can swim in the video.
That's awesome.
My daughter's actually in some of my intros.
She how old is she now?
She's 3.
Yeah.
So she's probably
Yeah.
totally curious about what you're doing, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she'll say stuff like tower, and I made a mistake when I showed her a tea light, and she's like, light! Oh yeah. So now she wants me to light the tower up every time she comes in the room. I have to bar the door so she can't come in because of the, I might have blades out or something, or hot glue
Right,
or something going.
Right.
Daddy,
right.
where are the sharp things?
Yeah, so many dangerous items going on.
Become one of those
Yeah.
knife throwers.
Yeah.
Maybe down the road.
John Pilikos brings us from Greece. Welcome.
Ah, cool.
Must be 2 or 3 in the morning there.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, welcome.
It's almost straddling the entire globe now.
I actually had a gyro tonight for dinner.
A euro.
Sandwich.
I just ate a euro.
Oh, not the gyro. Is that the right pronunciation?
I just broke a tooth on
Gyros
a
or gyros or what? Yeah. He's
what are they called? It's G-I-R-O, isn't it?
It's Gyros. Is that right?
Gyros.
It's
Gyros,
spelled
okay.
a G and a Y. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Silent G-Y-R-O-S.
Yeah, they're probably cringing over there. In
Yeah,
Greece.
people cringe when you say gyro.
Yeah. Yeah. I want
totally
one of
ignorant.
gyros.
When I look at foreign cultures, I realize I am ignorant.
No, what's really bad is when you go to a place that sells those things and they call it a gyro, and it's like, you work there.
Right. You want one gyro?
It's called gyros.
Gyros.
Gyros, okay.
There we go.
Okay, I was close.
Niels is closer because he's in Holland.
I was better. It was better. I said better than gyro. Gyros, okay.
Gyros.
Gyros. I'll have a gyros.
Got to get the happening.
Gyros. Gyros.
Gelukkig.
Let me build up enough phlegm first so I can order this.
I don't feel so
I
bad.
used to do Afrikaans as a second
I've been
language.
hacking all day.
Oh, no fun. I know I have a coworker and we have a very enclosed environment, and she's like was sick in there. I'm like, oh no, I'm so gonna get sick. But I've been lucky. I worked with her, or she worked there 2 days, and I didn't get it. So fingers crossed. Yeah.
When we were flying, my now wife was covering herself in the antibacterial stuff.
Yeah, I know. And we have all these computers and stuff, so she's touching everything. It's just like, oh no. I mean, you couldn't possibly wipe down everything.
When I was in Japan, you see the people who are wearing the face masks,
Mm-hmm.
and I was thinking, that obviously they don't want to catch a cold, and someone said to me, no, they're the ones with the colds.
Oh.
They actually do that to stop spreading the germs.
That's smart, actually.
And then it dawned on me, why don't they make that a law?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I pronounce it delicious.
I pronounce it delicious. They are pretty delicious,
That's
yeah, I
good.
must say.
So, Kev, what's up in the videos?
Oh, what's up in the videos? I've kind of slacked off because I've been a little sick. I think the last thing I did was my mind went blank. Let's see here. Bear with me for a second.
Oh, no problem. I do it all the time.
I can look it up. How about that?
Yeah,
life tends to get in the way of that video creation.
I was away for 3.5 weeks,
Yeah.
and when I got back, my video feed had 700 videos. I was like, no, I can't watch them all.
Wow, 700? Jeez.
I tried to watch everybody's stuff,
Yeah.
but if they make a 4-hour video, I'm not going to watch it.
Right.
It goes on the nah pile.
Yeah. I go through kind of spurts, I'll watch a bunch, and then I won't watch, and then I'll watch a bunch.
Some of them I'll skip through. I'll skip like every 10 minutes,
Uh-huh.
see if they're saying anything interesting.
Yeah, sometimes
If
you can get the
not-
gist. But not my videos. Every word I say has
Is
to be heard.
important.
There's not an extraneous word, maybe except an extraneous word In the whole video.
Yes, Your Grace.
My liege.
Okay. I got that list here for you. Okay. The last thing I did a dungeon tile video, number 10. I did one on how to make a circular opening for like a dungeon tile, something modular.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you always need a round hole in a dungeon somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking also that you can actually put stuff in it. Like I tried to do a hot glue experiment and it kind of backfired on me as far as making like a pool of something, but I need a bigger hot glue gun. And I posted something on your
small
forum.
one? Do you have the small one?
I just have a mini one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I had fun doing that, and so now I think I can tie it into some kind of sewer tile module down the road or something. And
Cool.
I've been playing around lately with some furniture. I started delving into tables. So I got these like little woodsy things. I was doing some planks, and then I thought about I gotta start doing some doors.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna borrow some of your techniques with the foam core board.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I have a.
I just realized we're streaming in HD,
Oh.
not 320 or 240.
Oh wow.
Does it say it's okay?
It said bad.
Don't. But no one's complained.
No. So what would it do?
Oh well, no, it would just drop flames. Drop frames.
Oh, would it? Okay. Yeah, no one has complained.
No one's complained, so it must be
And the
working.
feed actually looks. I'm looking at it through YouTube, and the feed looks good.
Yeah, cool.
So, yeah.
Because I've moved, and I'm on my in-laws' internet.
Oh.
So clearly, it's better than where I was before.
Oh yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, because it looks good, and it's not dropping out or anything.
All right, people are saying they're getting 240.
Ah. Maybe it's down converting it.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well, sorry about that.
We almost had it all.
Oh yes, First Round Fireball. You must go and subscribe to his new channel.
Cool.
Used to be Flank Bonus. Well, used to be, he still is.
Mm-hmm.
But that's his new channel, First Round Fireball.
Cool.
Sorry, Kev, did you have anything else to say?
Looks like you froze up there.
Alrighty. Well, we're at an hour. So, people are saying they're going to watch it in HD later. It doesn't mean it will be in HD later.
Oh.
It may only ever be in 240p.
Oh. I was going to do my HD dance.
So if you're in the live chat, you can click on First Round Fireball's name and subscribe to his channel. If you're watching this later on, you need to type it into the search First Round Fireball without any spaces.
Does everyone like my evil cow?
No
Nope.
Cowley. You still with us, Kev?
Looks like he came back and then it seized up again. Oh,
There he is.
There we go.
So you're still with us, Kev?
Yeah, I'm still with you. It's kind of weird. I'm going back between both windows. I have the YouTube muted, and I hear you okay through the Skype, but it's like your video was like getting fuzzy on YouTube, but your video was okay. Well, Sky's video was okay on the Skype. I'm like, huh? Weird. I don't know.
Yeah, remember, to get to YouTube, it has to go through about 15 different steps.
Right. We're like that.
Okay.
There's about
like
15 seconds time difference.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It used to be about a minute.
Yeah. We're
YouTube
like the
recently changed their delay.
we're the crafter hackers. We bounce it through different computers so that we can't be traced.
With the crackers. Stupid crackers.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Jason Ritz, thank you for playing Under the Tavern and crafting everything. Speaking of which, there will be released a schematics of all the different tiles that you need, and that will probably come out with the illustrated edition.
That's cool. Yeah, everybody pick that up. It's a neat little dungeon. So, Under the Tavern. Yeah, I want to run it too. I haven't run it yet, but I do want to run it.
Can I be a player?
No, you know what happens.
No!
Wait a minute. Home field advantage. He would know what to do.
I think we should go this way.
Need to tweak it slightly.
Not do this. Go this way. The adventure takes like 15 minutes.
You've got to record that game, though.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for someone to do like a live game or something so I can watch it.
Oh yeah, that would be really interesting to see one you've written. I have written an adventure. I had an idea. I've told DMG about this adventure called Adventure in a Craft, where I give you, I'd write an adventure and I have a craft that's associated with the adventure, and you get the link when you get the adventure. I basically have it written and everything, but I just need to do some editing and that kind of thing and some cleanup, and I'll have it out eventually.
So Gestonario says he wants to get it, but he can't use PayPal. PayPal, you can actually pay without having a PayPal account.
Right, you don't need to have a PayPal account.
You don't actually have to have a PayPal account. In certain countries, you have to.
Oh,
but
you
in
do?
the US and that, you can click on down the bottom when you go through. It says pay without a PayPal account or pay with a credit card. So you can actually do that.
Right.
Not that I'm trying to push the sale.
Yeah, everybody should get it. It's
For future reference. You can just put a US dollar in an envelope and mail it to me.
Of course, it's probably more to mail the dollar than it's like $10 to mail a dollar.
That's right. Hence I use PayPal.
Hey,
Yeah, I feel bad.
DMG, did you finish like a DVD for it?
That's coming out in a few days.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that has the player version. So you can actually use it in your game.
Oh, that's fun.
And it describes the room and it shows the image that you see in the videos.
Oh, that's fun.
But it doesn't have any of the DM stuff.
Right.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
But obviously there is the DM version as well on the disc.
Yeah, that's cool.
Davy Jones asks, how much is it? It's 99 cents for the PDF. You can actually get it from Drive-Thru RPG, but it's $1.39.
Oh, that's cool.
And the amount of dollars, it's United dollars?
US dollars, yeah.
Alright.
So I'll make a little bit of extra on the exchange.
Right.
Every time the Australian dollar goes down, yay! It's probably made a difference of about 30 cents.
Yeah. And I really like your magazine too, DMG.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was really cool.
The next one of that's coming out in November as well. a couple of people have sent me in some submissions.
Oh, very cool.
So it's very cool.
If I wasn't such a lazy bastard, I'd get one to you.
Don't be so lazy. You will do as DMG commands. Go forth and write.
Go forth and write.
Okay, I gotta ask for a refresher. What kind of submissions?
Just articles. So
Okay.
the theme of the second one is hot glue guns.
Ah,
So if you're interested and you want to be able to write a page on something that can be loosely related to it, go ahead. And if it's not related, you just want to write something, you could probably put in a future one.
Right. Yeah, you could have a backlog of stuff you could use in other issues.
Yeah.
okay. I've barely delved into the glue gun stuff. I've done a little bit with my dungeon walls and stuff
Yeah.
for like small jobs and stuff. But then that one, like I said, that one fiasco I had with it, it was like, well, okay, just that it wasn't as nice as I wanted it to be to come out. With the pool,
Right.
it was just swirls
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
they just stayed swirls. They didn't like flow together.
Right. Yeah, that can be tricky when you're trying to do a big area like that. But for like texture, they can be really fantastic.
Hmm?
And there's different sizes and there's different wattages.
Right.
And all that.
And
And
the
the article I'm writing-
the hotter the gun, the more it'll liquefy the glue, and the longer
Yeah.
it'll stay hot, and
Mhm.
give you third-degree burns when you touch it.
Unless you've got asbestos fingers.
Well, I tried like a really small puddle just to see how it would look, and it was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. It was all nice and clear and very small bubbles. And then I thought, this has got to be, cooled. And it was like, I put my finger on it. Nope. A minute or two later, it was still, until it looked cloudy. That's when I knew it was solid.
Right.
Dang it.
Oh, right.
I didn't burn myself that bad. It was just, low temp hot glue.
Right. There are
Oh, I gotta
glue
set up.
pot. There are
I'm
glue
sorry, I got to stay up
pots.
for a second.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, there are glue pots that you can use where you can have like a whole pot of hot glue. I don't have one of those myself, but that might work for that application.
The article I'm writing for issue 2 is the different hot glue guns you can get. The
Cool.
different sizes, the different heats, and all that sort of thing. So I'm busy researching all of that at the moment.
Cool.
Because I bought an industrial one. The one you see in my videos now is a Bosch that costs about $50.
Wow.
I was like, if I'm gonna upgrade, I'm gonna upgrade properly.
Right. Yeah, I just use the cheap ones. Mine are like less than $10.
Yeah. But mine doesn't drip.
Oh, mine does. Yeah.
Well, it does. But
Mine
not
definitely-
like,
mine definitely drips,
Only
yeah.
minor.
Yeah, mine definitely drips.
I mean, all your hot glue just kind of
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
the front. Like, what happened to my glue? Where'd it go?
Well, I'm like
Try to lift it off the table.
I'm like the father on Christmas Story. Instead of fuses by the gross, I buy hot glue sticks by the gross.
I've got a whole bunch here.
Oh yeah.
I found slightly longer ones. I'm still
Oh,
on
really?
the hunt for the very long ones.
Oh. Are they longer than the long ones?
Are they longer than the long ones?
Well, I use like double length ones.
They're longer than the short ones.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't use the short ones. Oh, okay, yeah, those are what I use.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
No, but you get the really long ones as well.
Oh, right.
That's what I've been trying to find.
Yeah.
You've got to like sling it over your back while you're using it.
I was gonna say those seem like they might be a little awkward, Got it wrapped around your neck, over your back.
Gorlock says he's been playing Under the Tavern with his kids.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
didn't think it would be that kids friendly.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, it would be
Unless,
nice.
of course, his
It would
kids
be nice
are
if someone
like
do a
really
video.
old.
Let's put a challenge out there for someone to do a video about playing the Under the Tavern.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I'd love to see that. You have been challenged.
I'll list it on my website where it's sold so that people can watch it. So if you want to pump your channel, then absolutely go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think that'd be fantastic. I'd love to see it.
I know someone's working on a video review at the moment. So, and someone else was supposed to do a video review. No names mentioned. Juice!
Oh, me?
Of Under the Tavern.
Oh, Under the Tavern, okay.
And he got it like a few days before it was released, and that was almost a year ago.
Oh, right. Yeah, geez, has it been that long? Wow.
Oh, February, I think it came out.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, that'd be really neat to see those.
I'm just fascinated by the fact that people enjoy it. When I started, it was like, nah, people are gonna hate this.
Oh.
I'm going down a dark path here.
No, I think it's great. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of bad content, but yeah, it's fun.
Not on our channels.
No, of course not. Of course not.
No, not in anyone in the community.
I meant written adventures. I didn't really mean videos. I meant written adventures. But all right, is it time to wrap it up?
I think so. Thank you everyone for joining us. And as I said in the beginning, this is a live Skype-in show that is live 7 p.m. on the 4th Friday of every month. Except when I'm getting married. That was last month.
So hopefully that won't be for a while.
Yeah, so that won't be for an extremely long time. So thank you to everyone from around the world who has joined us. I'd just like to put up like button. Like button. And if you like Scotty's videos, please join his Patreon. From
yes,
the $1 level,
thank you.
You gain access to his video magazine, which is chock full of cool stuff, which he will never give anyone on the channel. Never. It's only for those who give me the little dollar.
It is pretty fun to do. I really enjoy doing it. So I think everybody's liking it.
It's very cool. You're up to the 4th one now?
Uh-huh. Yep. I'll be doing the 5th one next month.
And you gain access to all the past ones.
Right. Once you join, immediately you gain access to all those videos. So, well, the 4 videos. Yeah, 4.
Soon to be 5.
Soon to be 5,
and then
yeah.
6 and 7.
Yeah. Usually,
if you're watching this in a couple of years, there's about 100.
Usually it comes out about the first week after the start of the month, so.
Kev, we're about to sign off.
You are.
Yeah.
Yes, so if you just want to plug your channel quickly.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me. It's getting late for me too, and I'm not well, so but I'm glad we could hook up.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
And what's your channel so people can go and see it?
Oh yes, my channel is Stronghold Crafter Kev.
And the website?
My website is strongholdcrafter.com.
Stronghold Crafter Kev and strongholdcrafter.com. Yep. And I'm the DMG of the DMG Info channel, and the website is thedmg.info. And DM Scotty is this channel you're watching now, and his website is not a website, it is a forum.
Yes.
Which is dmscraft.proboards.com. tabletop.com.
Yes.
And with that, I will now sign us out.
Goodbye,
Thank you for everyone.
ghosts and ghouls. Oh. There it is.